Hey Jaguars, welcome back. This week we're going to be discussing data analysis. That's how to read bar graphs, dot plots, and stem and leaf plots. As you can see here, I have a question. The graph below shows the number of points Josh scored in the first 5 basketball games. I have my x axis that runs across the bottom, and that's my points scored. Then I have the games, and this is my y-axis, just like a coordinate plane. X runs horizontal, Y runs vertical. I see here that I have 15, 20, 25, and 30, but then I have the lines in between. So the first thing I have to do before I am ready to solve this problem is I have to figure out what each line represents for measurements. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like it's counting by ones. So this would be 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Then 21, 22, 23, 24, and of course 25. Then 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So now I have labeled every line on my bar graph. I can reread my question and properly solve this. The graph below shows the number of points Josh scored in his first 5 basketball games. How many more points did Josh score in game 4 and 5 than in game 1 and 2? So this is a multi-step problem. It's how many more points. So overall, I'm going to end up subtracting. But before I can subtract, I have to find out how many points did they score in game 4 and game 5, and then game 1 and game 2. So game 4, I follow the graph down. He scored 30 points in game 4. Then I'll cross off game 4 so I know that I've already done that. For game 5, I will start at 15 because that's the minimum points he scored, and then I will go over and come down, and that's 22. 30 plus 22 is 52. So game 4 and 5 are done. Then I go to game 1. Game 1, I start at 15 and I go to 18. Game 2, 15 to 16. Add those together. 8 plus 6 is 14. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So then I will have 52 minus 34. I have to borrow because the 2 is smaller than the 4. 12 minus 4 is 8. 4 minus 3 is 1. So therefore, my answer is 18. Let's take a look at another graph problem. These graphs are called dot plots or line plots. As you can see, my instruction says the following dot plot shows how many pumpkins different families bought at the grocery store last week. Use the graph to answer questions 3 and 4. So I have 2 families bought no pumpkins, 6 families bought 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 families bought 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 families bought 3, 2 families bought 4, and 2 families bought 5. Now that I've labeled my dot plot, I can start answering my questions. How many families purchased 1, 2, or 3 pumpkins? So I have 1, 6, 7, and 8. So 6 plus 7 is 13, plus 8 is 21. So 21 families purchased 6, 7, or 8 pumpkins. How many total pumpkins did the grocery store sell last week? Just like throughout the year, remember, do not add more than 2 numbers at a time. So I'm going to take 0 and 1, that's 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 7 is 15, plus 8 is 23, plus 2 is 25, plus 2 is 27. So I have a total of 27. But remember, two families bought none. So now I have to take 2 off of there. And then I get 25. Because it is asking me how many total pumpkins did the grocery store sell last week. Since I added all my numbers across the top, I have to get rid of this one because that's a 0. They didn't sell any pumpkins to those two families. Let's take a look at another type of plot. These are called stem and leaf plots. The leaf is going to be the smallest place value. And the stem will be the higher of the place values. Then I look to my key. 7/2 means 72 cups. So 7/2 is 72. So in this case, my leaf is the 1's place value, and my stem is the 10's place value. So we can use this to answer multiple type of questions. What is the maximum number of cups of coffee sold in a day? The maximum number, because stem and leaf plots are in order from smallest to greatest, the maximum number would be 7/8. That would mean 78. How many days show sales less than 60 cups? Less than 60 cups. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take a look at the next stem and leaf plot. Now you can see on this stem and leaf plot, we have 2 digits on the stem and we have 1 digit on the leaf. Remember, our leaf is the smallest place value. I look at my key. 45/5 means 455. Therefore, this is the 1's and this is the 10's and hundreds. How many departments require 470 to 480 pairs of gloves? So I find 470. Well, there is no 470. The smallest is 472. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 480. There is no 480. If there was a 480, there would be a 0 right here before the 1, because remember, stem and leaves go from smallest to greatest. So therefore, my answer is 4. What is the minimum requirement? Minimum is the smallest. That's the very first number. 45/0 is 450. How many departments does the factory have? All we have to do is count how many numbers we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. 1, 2, 3. Correction. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 4 is 14, plus 3 is 17. So the factory has 17 departments. Good luck on your week 4 assignments. If you have any questions for me, please reach out to me through email, on Google Classroom, or please click on the Google Meets link in our Google Classroom, and I can talk to you face to face and help you get through the problem. Thank you for your time, and have an amazing week, Jaguars.